What's up, guys? Happy Fireworks Day, July 4th here in America, July 4th around the world, but it is a holiday for us. And what is Bitcoin doing on our holiday? It invalidated our BART pattern that we had on the 1 hour, which would have been fun to watch play out. Real quick, guys, like the video, subscribe. Please look at the video description and join our Discord trading group. If you are so inclined, if you like this material, if you like this information, let's get into the video. So what do we have going on here with Bitcoin, guys? This is something that a lot of people are wondering, does this mean we're rising? Does this mean we're going down? What exactly is the action here in Bitcoin? Well, let's examine it. So this is the arrow I drew yesterday for the price line action I thought Bitcoin would follow. And instead, it had this little parabolic pump. It's not really parabolic, okay? I'm using that term in the sense of it just came from nowhere. We were basically about to do a bearish cross, hence the gray super guppy, and then it just pumped up, right? What did it hit, guys? We've done several videos on this. It hit the 200. Did it hold it? No, it's rolling. It's above the 35 key resistance, but it hit the 200, okay? What does this mean? Well, again, to show you this, you have to zoom out, okay? This is all range trading. This is all that this is. This is why I want to show you this, okay? Let's do this. Let me minimize. Let me get rid of the super guppy. Let me get rid of, because you don't need to see that. And let me get rid of the volume just to show you here, right? Make this a little bit cleaner. I want to show you the range so you can see what exactly is happening with Bitcoin. Right? There's your May 12th up there circled already in red. Sorry, I'm on my laptop here. I don't have my mouse and everything set up. So this is May 12th. This is battling the 200 and 233. Again, rising below, rising but falling above, falling below, rising above, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You fall, right? You're 200, you're 233. The next time you battle, that's May 12th. The next time you battle them, well, it's just over a series of 2 days, but next time you battle them essentially is June 15th, okay? That's when you make your swing pattern failure, your peak here in the trend, and you roll out of it, right? So that's June 15th. So May 12th, 57K. June 15th, 41K, right? Where do we battle them again? Well, let's look. So you went from 57 to 41, guys, 57 to 41, 16,000 point declination. From here, you try to gain back again, you lose, okay? Same 200 moving average, guys. Remember, these are descending. The 200 and 233 are descending. The 233 rejected you here, okay? So you lose the 35K resistance. You lose the 200 again, all right? You descend 11,500 points. You come back up. You go back up and down, you dip again. Now you rise. You're back at the 35 again here, you fail. You tried it here, you failed. You got above the 200, you held it for 2 candles, guys. 2 candles, you fail. Okay, you roll again, you try the 35 again, you fail. Then you descend, and now you're back at above the 35, trying the 200 again, okay? Now, this is repetitive. We went over this in the other video, but we're doing it again. Hence, patterns. That's why I call this pattern trading. You guys have heard me say that many times. Patterns repeat themselves. And what we have repeating itself is a failure pattern in a bear market. Okay? We fall May 12th. Look at the highs. These are your highs. Okay? May 12th, 41.5, 41.3, whatever. 41, we'll just call it 41. 41, June 15th. You get back up to another swing high at 36. Okay, now you're testing the same exact resistance again at 35, 401. So you fell 600 points between here. Why is that important to understand? Because as I said, let's get rid of all these because you can see them. How many times we've tested and failed. This isn't like genius predictions that I'm doing, guys. This is like basic stuff that the guys on YouTube don't understand, okay? You've tested that 5-6 times. The 35K resistance and the 200, and you cannot defeat it, okay? 5 or 6 times in recent trading in the last 2 to 3 weeks. and you keep failing. This is why you have no velocity to do anything with. You are making lower highs in a bear market. This is so important to understand. Just going from here, just going from June 15th, you're going from here, testing the exact same two resistances, 200, 233, testing the exact same resistances to testing them here at 35, and then, what is that, 36? So from 41 to 36, 5,000 points, right? Fail. So you have your high, your high. Your new lower high is 35,389. A few days later, this is your pattern. Do you see what's happening here? And look at your moving averages. Let me change the color. This is bothering me. I don't like this color. All right, so you see your moving averages. They're also descending, okay? As they descend, your 200 and your 233, you're going to roll from here eventually. You're already getting black candles. So you're going to roll. You're going to come back down the cloud. At some point, you're going to come through, right? We went over this in the other video. And when that happens, you're making lower highs. Your range for trading is shrinking, and you're going to dip. So the dip is still coming. Because you see what happens here, guys, is if you were actually going to rise out of this, you wouldn't be losing to the same averages over and over and over again at lower levels. You are making lower highs. If you were going to come out of this and actually move up, what you would do here, where we're at right now, is you would defeat the 200. You would consolidate for a little bit. You'd come up to the 233, this blue line right there. You'd consolidate for a little bit. You would come up. You would start building stepping stairs at these resistance levels. You would tell Gandalf you're passing and get into Gandalf zone, right? Come up. This is what you would be doing. We're not doing that. Instead, we have this pattern going on here, which is simply, there's your swing high, there's your lower high, there's your lower high. Hey, guess what? I'm going to make a prediction. The guys on YouTube are going to be blown away. We're going to make another lower high. After we roll down again, we're going to come back up. We're going to test the 200 and the 233. We're going to probably, those may have descended. This went down 600 points in a matter of a few days, right? Because we're at 35.3, testing it, getting rejected basically. So this went down like 500-600 points in a couple of days. It's going to keep moving down, guys. And when the price does roll down, when we actually do roll down, right, and we find the bottom, and we come down here, this is what we talked about in the other videos, and we come down here, we're going to have to come back up. And so that price could roll to 30, could roll to 28.7. We don't look at the bottoms. They're all over the place. It's going to depend what kind of pattern we make. It's going to depend the velocity of the pattern. Right now, the market's dead. All right, I have a lot of friends and family that left the market. They're extremely bored. It's a rolling market for Bitcoin. People are tired of whale needles like this, getting wiped out of positions. The market's just in chop. This is consolidation chop, and you have some falls and you have some peaks. But the key thing that you guys need to take from this is that the highs are getting lower. They're not getting higher, okay? So the fall is still coming. We may just be legging down, descending, but the fall is coming. It can't help but come because in trend analysis, this is all we can do is look at the data in front of us. 41.3 June 15th, 36K June 29th, 35K July 4th. Do you see the trend? That's not an uptrend. And this is a small sample size of 2 weeks. So let's say that's just not enough time, Brendan. That's not enough time. Okay, well, let's go back. Well, May 12th, you fell from 57. So all you've done is lose 22,000 points in Bitcoin. You have your original lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And this is painful to watch, and it's taking a long time. And there's no end in sight for it. What's going to keep happening, as I said, is Bitcoin's going to get rejected here by the 200. It's going to seek support, right? Depending on how ferocious the rejection is. And at some point, it's going to dip. And we know that it's capable because of the pattern that we're trading in and the pennant, the fact that we're in a bear pennant and a bearish trend and a bear market right now, you're capable of falling down to 18. Do I think it's just going to fall and hit 18? No, I do not. I think we're looking at 20K, 25K Bitcoin. Does that happen all in this very next dip? I didn't say it did, because look at the pattern. See, what most people don't understand is you have to look at patterns, right? You would say 28,790. Wow, so maybe this dip should have been lower, or this dip. It's going down the trend is like swooping down. You have to understand, like visually, it's contracting market, right? It's contracting, but the trend is pushing down. As these two key moving averages keep descending, your range for Bitcoin to go up is capped. It's not going higher than this because there's no velocity. And then when you look at you look at this, right? You don't even need the 233 because we don't even have enough velocity to test it. You can literally just take that off, right? But you look at this, the volume again is key. This is all you need to really see. I mean, that long explanation I gave you wasn't even necessary because you can see why we are where we are, okay? And again, I beat volume to death because nobody talks about it. We're stuck here at the 200. Look at the volume. How are you getting about? So if this volume level, let me pull in more price history, right? Give it a better chance here. This volume level here at the point of confluence is enough basically to hold the price here. It steps down, 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 it steps down. It keeps stepping down. You're at the peak of confluence here, meaning this is your trading range. So that's why the market is sideways chop. This could go on for a day or two. This could go on for a week or two, but it's going to keep trading in this range. And when it dips, guys, when we find bottoms on dips, you have to buy the dips because they always recover. Bitcoin likes to recover in parabolic needles, okay? It likes to recover in ascending wedges. It's a pattern that forms. And it always falls out of those ascending wedges. So you recover, you fall down. You leg up, you recover, you fall down. You have to trade in these ranges to make money, whether it's futures or buying coins and selling coins. But there will be a big dip coming. It's in the process of coming. It can't help but come because the range, again, is shrinking. Okay? The range is shrinking. This is going to keep getting lower. The 200 is going to come down. Bitcoin's going to roll, and it's going to be fighting the 200 at a different level. It's going to fight it at 33. It's going to fight it at 31. And while it's doing that, it's rolling down. So that's your visual imagery. And in the meantime, everybody will be making Bitcoin's about to have parabolic move videos. But I want you guys to understand range trading. I want you to understand the range is shrinking for Bitcoin. The cap, the ceiling cap for how high Bitcoin can go, as you can clearly see, is getting lower. Okay? And it's all because of the 200, the 233, and this 35K resistance. That's our range. You can I told you yesterday in yesterday's update, you can have pumps. You can come up, you're going to roll back down. We may just roll to the cloud and go sideways again for another day or two, or we could fall through the cloud. Okay? The MACD is about to roll over, and that'll give you some velocity, hopefully a little bit more to push back underneath, but then you're just going to have this type of pattern where you'll be here. You need a catalyst, right? And that might not happen till the market reopens. The market is being driven by the market makers that own 50% of Bitcoin in circulation. You have to understand that. This is not a retail-driven market, especially now with half of retail sitting in Tether or other half sitting in coins that they don't know whether to sell or not. The market's fearful. People have lost interest in the market, and the sideways chop and never-ending whale needles has driven a lot of people away. So we need something to change, and something will change. It's just a matter of time, right? You guys at financial markets go through these things. We're going through descending highs. We're in a bearish market right now, and we are descending and rolling every time we test the 200 resistance. So this will roll, okay? It's going to roll. How far down? I don't know, because it depends on the velocity. It depends how many people are going to buy, how many people are going to sell. So that's your video update. Keep a lookout on it. Yeah, lower lows are still coming, guys. It's just a matter of time. You can see it happening. I mean, this is the visual representation of what's happening right now. So, all right, guys. Happy trading. Enjoy your weekend. I got a barbecue to get to, so we shall talk soon, my friends.